Hello, my name is Jeff Jackson, and I am the owner of Barefoot Properties in Belize, Central America. I am also a doctoral student at California Intercontinental University. I'd like to welcome you to my video. As part of my video series, I like to use props as a means of visualization so that I can convey the concept of what I'm trying to communicate to those who watch these videos. As you will note, I have a tool box here, which I'll use as my prop. Just as a mechanic or a tradesperson has a professional toolbox in which they keep all their tools of their trade, as a manager, I believe we should also have a professional toolbox where we keep the professional tools of our trade safely kept away, where we can access it and use it whenever we need it appropriately. It is my goal throughout these video series and these training sessions that I might be able to impart upon you some of the tools of the trade that I have learned as a manager and that have helped me in my career. I appreciate you watching this video, and I truly hope that some of these tools you'll find helpful throughout your career. Thank you.
In business, there are occasions upon which organizations have projects that arise which need effective leadership and management to ensure successful outcomes. When the need for these projects arise, you may be the manager selected to lead the project team and champion the process from creation to conclusion. To help prepare you for creating and managing a high-performance project team, I have developed a 5-step process for managers to follow to effectively create and manage project teams from the first steps of the team process, storming, until the completion of the project, adjourning. As an overview in this training session, I will define a project team, discuss 5 steps involved in the creation and management of a project team, and I will address how managers close down a project when it ends and what management issues should be addressed at that phase of a project. First, we will begin by defining what a project is, what a project team is composed of, and the roles of a project manager. A project can best be described as a complex, non-routine, one-time effort limited by time, budget, resources, and performance specification designed to meet customer needs. A project differs from a program in that a program is a higher level group of projects targeted at a common goal. There may be many projects that fall under a program. Project team members are normally participants who may not be full-time participants on a team and are normally loyal to the functional departments they came from before serving on the project team. A project manager is a key person who interfaces with the customer and manages customer expectations. They also provide the coordination, integration, and leadership needed to manage project teams. Project managers are also responsible for the performance of the teams and are held accountable for trade-offs made between time, cost, and performance requirements of a project. Project managers essentially follow 5 steps in the process of managing a project team. The 5 steps listed on this slide are the key steps that managers utilize when managing teams. We will go through each one of these in more detail. The first step of the 5 steps involved in project team management begins with a manager who volunteers or is tasked to build a team for a project, team creation. When selecting and recruiting team members, project managers should focus upon individuals with the necessary experience and knowledge and technical skills critical for project completion. Additionally, the best team members on a team are reviewed as winners in their departments and can affect influence and support for the project throughout their departments and the organization. This step in the team building process is also referred to as forming. The second step in project team management is team development. Under team development, the first team meeting a manager holds will set the tone for how the team will work together going forward. It is imperative that the project team manager have a clear concept of the project life cycle and a thorough cooperation and support of senior management before briefing the project. The manager should be prepared to define the project to the team, present a planning overview for the project, discuss how the project will be executed, and define what constitutes the final delivery of the product or process. Additional issues such as ground rules for meetings and defining desired and unacceptable interpersonal and group behaviors should also be addressed. This step in the team building process is also referred to as storming. The process of selecting and recruiting project members will also vary across organizations, but the two most important factors to consider during recruitment are the importance of the project and the management structure being used to complete the project. In the importance of the project, in many high priority projects, meaning those projects which are critical to the future of an organization, a project manager may be granted a free rein to select whomever they desire to serve on their team. However, in lower priority projects, a project manager may be forced to persuade personnel from other areas within the organization to join the team. Under management structure of the team, once the importance of the project to the organization has been defined, then the structure of the team must be defined. Will it be a functional organization team, a dedicated project team, a hybrid matrix team, or a network organization? The third step in the project team management involves setting a team vision. In establishing a vision for the team, a team identity is created. Strong team visions bonds team members together by forcing upon an image among the team members of how the project will look upon completion, how the team members will interact with one another, and how customers will accept the project when it is completed. Team visions can consist of slogans or symbols, and they can be formalized into statements. This step in the team building process is also referred to as norming. The fourth step in team management is performance and problem avoidance. Once high-performance teams begin working collectively on a project, the effort of work intensifies, and the group energy transcends from getting to know one another to working together as one group. At this stage, teams are much more focused and are at the height of their productivity. However, it is at this stage that managers must watch for and correct the following three key team behaviors. Groupthink. Groupthink involves when members in cohesive working groups tend to lose their independent evaluation capabilities, and each person simply starts conforming to the views of others, bypassing the establishment. Dependent upon the priority of the project to the organization, some project managers and teams are allowed to skip over certain established rules to push for results. While in some cases this can be helpful, in other cases the desire to move around established rules and reject certain policies and procedures could result in negative managerial issues occurring in other segments of the organization if these same team members continue to work in the manner as they are outside of the project team. Team infatuation. In some high-performance teams, the stimulation, pandemonium, and eudaimonia generated by team interaction and bonding can lead to an almost love-like adulation amongst team members. If not recognized and controlled, some team members may suffer from broken professional and personal relationships due to the closure of a project. This step in team building is referred to as performing. The fifth and final step in project team management is closing a project. When closing a project, people and equipment are directed to other activities or projects. Similar to step 2 in the process, project managers must carefully manage this phase of a project. If a project is abruptly canceled before completion, the project manager may request it or be directed to abdicate his or her position to another manager to finalize the closing of the project. However, if a project is closed due to completion, then the original project manager should be allowed to close down the project he or she had managed through the process to closure. During the closure phase of a project, managers will prepare a closeout plan, brief project team members on the plan, discuss individual responsibilities, and recognize top performers. Additionally, project team managers will ensure that the delivery acceptance has been received by the customer, that the resources used are shut down and released, that team members get reassigned, that accounts and bills attached to the project are closed out, and that the project team, individual team members, and team manager are all evaluated. Many organizations develop very in-depth procedures to close down projects to ensure that as many issues as possible are addressed and are not overlooked. This final step in the team building process is also referred to as adjourning. In conclusion, in the course of a manager's career, he or she may be selected or volunteer to manage a project team. In this presentation, I have identified 5 steps that are involved in the creation and management of a project team. Following these steps provided, project team managers should be able to successfully create, lead, and close out a project team. Managers who are interested in honing their skills and becoming certified can consult the Professional Management Institute for additional training and information. This concludes my training session. Thank you for watching.